The one breakthrough for all leaders is constant, never-ending improvement. And that means educating yourself and continuing to develop even greater emotional mastery, because that's what affects whether you execute or not. I believe it absolutely can be taught and learned, but we're born with an essence. But what we do with that essence, the development side, is really our choice. And being an entrepreneur is something that some people, it's instinctive in them that they want to run the show. They want to make it happen. They have a passion and they want to bring it to the world. And I think that's what starts a business person. The only problem is becoming an effective entrepreneur is different than being an entrepreneur. How many entrepreneurs you know, they got like 3 businesses and there isn't one of them that's really working that well. It's like, I'm not good with one child, let me have 2 more kids simultaneously, right? So what I do is I train entrepreneurs and I train business owners. And you probably know I deal with some of the most successful business owners in the world. So I coach people like that. But I also coach that average person who's just beginning the journey, and I teach them that the chokehold on the growth of your business is always you. It's always your psychology and your skills. And I found it's 80% psychology and 20% skills.
In order to truly be successful, you have to have a well-rounded life. You can't just focus on your work or your dream, whatever it is. Yes, you want that to be your main priority, but you also want to focus on the things around you, as in, like, what do you do when you're taking a slight break from constantly grinding for your dreams? You need to take a mental health break, a physical health break, whatever it is. You need to pump the brakes and relax every once in a while, and that's okay. This way you can rest and rejuvenate your heart, mind, and soul for whenever you're ready to go at it. You have the ability to go all in. You're not just going to be giving half the effort that you normally would and half to something else. You need to take these times to focus on other things in order to truly become a successful individual, because it's not just based off, oh, you achieved your one dream, that's great, but what about the rest of your life? You need to make sure that is all doing well as well, because without those things, your successful goals really don't mean anything. If you don't get the time to do what you love outside of pursuing your passion, you need to do other things besides just focus on that one goal. That way you can enjoy doing other things throughout your life and having great memories and fond memories and enjoying people's presence and enjoying the moment, because all of that is super important to success, even though it might seem a little off that you're not constantly focusing on your goal. Taking a break from that is a great thing.
If you're going to change an area, you do 3 things. Number 1, you focus on it and you get clear and compelling vision for what you want. If your body's not where you want it to be, I tell you there's one simple reason. You're focused. No, I focus on it. I focus all the time on how fat I am. No. See, if you focus on crashing into the pole, trying not to, what you focus on, that's where the energy goes, that's where you go, right? We all know that. But what people tend to do is, I'm saying focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. And not only just focusing on what you want, where you focus and say, well, I'd like to be strong, I'd like to be energetic, I'd like to be fit. It's focusing and making it compelling. If your only reason you're focusing on it is like, well, I need to lose some weight because I feel fat, versus I want the energy to burn, because with that I'll have more passion, more aliveness. I'll be able to impact my children. I'll be able to take the business to another level. I'll be able to have fun when I'm stressed out and tired. I'll have creativity flowing through me. You can't just focus on it. You got to create a clear and compelling future in that area that will pull you towards it, so you're not trying to push yourself. This could be the greatest time you ever live if you control what you focus on, if you find a more empowering meaning, and if you decide to model the actions of those who succeeded before you. It can be the best financial time, the best emotional time, the best spiritual time of your life, but you better take control of your state. And if you think you're going to do it just by today, you're wrong. You're going to need to get yourself some rituals. I don't just mean this one, I mean every morning you get up. I know your body, I can look at your body right now and I can guess your rituals. Some of you, your rituals to work out 5 times a week, I can see it clearly. 4 to 6 times a week, it's obvious. Because you couldn't look like that if you didn't do that. Some form of workout, I don't care if it's walking, lifting, whatever. Some of you, it's obvious that lifting weights is part of it. You can see by that man's muscles. I know what his rituals are, because your life comes from your rituals. If you don't develop the ritual, you're kidding yourself. And there are rituals that put you in state, and there are rituals that take you out of state. You have rituals in your relationship, you have rituals with your body, you have rituals around your finances, and the rituals that worked in the reaping time of fall in the markets and in business and in real estate, those rituals won't work now. If you do the right thing at the wrong time, you get pain. Do you tend to focus more on what you control or can't control? You know, it's interesting. Rooms are split when you ask that question. If you're always focused on what's missing and what you can't control, you're going to be angry or depressed or frustrated. We don't have to go any further. I can give you Prozac all day long, and you're still going to be, you might be numb, but you're still going to be angry and frustrated. We haven't dealt with the origin of the problem. Do you tend to focus more on the past, the present, or the future? We all do all three, but if your focus is mostly on the past, which you can't change, and what you can't control, and what's missing in your life, the problem is not the external world. And the problem is not just biochemistry. The problem is the software that's running this process. And you can't change somebody else's software if you don't change your own. You can't help someone get to solutions you can't change your own. So I'm able to help people in this area because I don't participate in the bullshit. I don't do it. Do I like everything I see? Of course not. Do I have my opinions of how life should be? Of course. Then there's how life is. And then it's like being pragmatic and saying, how do I, in this environment, continue to add value to people's lives? How do I make sure that I have a joyous life for myself and my family? How do I help those that are less fortunate than myself, regardless of what's happening in the external environment? I think that is a more empowering approach, at least for me.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section down below.